February 14th, 2015. My videos keep shutting off because this computer that I got has a lot of cloud storage, but it doesn't have very much like hard drive stuff. So I got it in a hurry. Anyway, so I like doing this legal research, and I kept telling him, you know, I'm right in the middle of something, and I'll get back to you. And when I did get back with him, he said he wanted to go out with me again or see me again, and I said okay, and he said he wanted to take me to dinner. So I thought, well, maybe if I'm supposed to just stay with one of these individuals, then maybe that's at least like a step kind of in the right direction of like sort of quasi dating. And so we went to a Mexican restaurant in Portland, and the but on the way there, you know, he was driving, and on the way there I noticed, you know, he's just definitely a guy. He seemed very preoccupied with this group of women that were walking kind of linked arm in arm through Portland. I thought that he recognized one of them, or he was really interested in one of them that had really dark brown hair, because of how he was acting. Like he wasn't really driving as much as he was just staring at her. But anyway, that's a guy for you. So finally got a parking spot, and we went to this Mexican restaurant, and he recommended something to try, the tuna tartare, and I said okay, I'll go ahead and try that. And then he got something, I don't remember what it was, and then margaritas, and I remember the waiter said salt, and it was kind of a weird interaction because the waiter was smirking when he said salt, and Mike seemed annoyed by that and said no. And then it seemed like their own little interpersonal kind of exchange over salt. So then, so I had one drink with dinner, but I didn't eat the dinner. I was feeling kind of nauseous. I didn't feel very hungry, and I had the drink, and I tried a few bites of the tartare, and it wasn't that I didn't like it. It was that I really wasn't hungry. And so then from there, we went to a club, and well, actually, we were going to some kind of, we were going to meet his friend, Heinz, and this was Heinz, like Teresa Heinz's son, and my dog is just getting into trouble. So this was Teresa Heinz's son, and John Kerry's stepson or whatever. You know, the son of the, supposedly this is the one that decided he wanted to strike it out on its own and tried a traveling vagabond thing for a while. But I don't even remember what his name is. Anyway, it was that son, and he was at a club that we were supposed to meet him at, and Mike talked to him on the phone, and we showed up over there, and then the guy at the door said something like, no, this is a private party. And basically, so then Mike was saying, I know Heinz, can you tell Heinz that Mike is here? So he, this guy at the door went over to tell someone, and you know, it was kind of a divey place. You know, it didn't look like a place that would be turning people away. And then he came back to the door and said, no, he says it's a private party. So, you know, that could have just been a comment to turn us away, or it could have been an instruction to Mike, actually, because these were all government people that were doing illegal things probably all the time. I'm pretty certain. So if he said it's a private party, who knows? Maybe that was an instruction, but from Heinz to Mike to make my evening with Mike a private, quote-unquote, party. And of course, I'm reading things into it, and I can't be sure about anything. But So we took off. He seemed pretty offended, Mike did, or shocked. I was shocked because I thought, why would his friend tell the doorman that, we couldn't go in there? And so, so we ended up going to some other bar, and it was a bar I liked because I had been there before, and it was usually really crowded. Kind of a lot of people stood. There was a little sitting room as well, but it was very busy. Even though I'm kind of introverted, I sometimes like to be around a lot of people, and I like the energy of like lots of people talking and socializing and everything. And so we were there, and it was a place I liked. And then he said he would get my drink, and I made a big mistake of not watching everything as closely as maybe I could have. Because the drink that I was given was pretty loaded. And it was supposed to be just like a regular drink. And I don't really know if there's like some kind of a date rape drug in it, or if it was like one of those really super high 100 proof kinds of drinks. When you just say vodka and you think you're getting like 40 proof, and it's actually like 100 proof. But kind of seemed like maybe there was something else in it. And I did go over to the bar with him, and I saw this guy pouring something into the glass, but it was really behind a counter. Like I couldn't see their hands. Like, here's the countertop. The guy's hands are under here, and he's pouring the drink. And I didn't know it was in the cup before he started pouring it. I didn't know exactly what he was doing with his hands underneath that countertop. It just looked like he was going to one side, grabbing a bottle, and bringing it over to the other and pouring it. And I didn't even pay attention to the bottle. So the guy that poured the drink had a really kind of a hateful look on his face. He looked like he was committing a crime type of a person. He had this mean, kind of sarcastic, smiling, smirking look when he was getting my drink. And then when I and then I was kind of pushed to the side by some people, and I didn't then see, like, Mike grabbed it, and I didn't see what happened to it when it went from the bar to Mike. And then I was just kind of walking in front of him then, and he said, why don't we get a seat? And I was walking in front of him looking for a seat. So then again, at any point from the bar to where we sat down, it's possible someone could have dropped something into it, or something could have happened to it, or something was added to it, because there was no reason why I would have just one drink, like one margarita, and then a couple of sips of this other drink, and then have the reaction that I had. And, I don't have a whacked metabolism. I know there's a bartender over in Washington, D.C. that likes to make that kind of accusation against me as some kind of government defense, and she's wrong, and not a good person.